Most businesses pay $3,000 a month or more on design work. We pay zero, and I'm going to show you exactly how we do this using two different AI skills that we've made that makes every single visual that you've seen on this channel, including the visuals we use in our videos, thumbnails, and more, also across our social media. But before I go into the actual skills, I just want to talk about the real problem that they actually solve. And that's because it's not what many people actually think. It's not just about design here. And so if you're a business owner, what do you actually want? You want more sales, more leads, more traffic, more trust. And if you're just anyone who's doing work, whether you're a business owner or someone on a team, you just want more revenue, less time and less cost, and essentially just a lot of things to be a lot easier for you as well. And that's how we all grow in terms of our profitability, revenue, income, and that's how it all grows. And to get those things, typically we do need to create a lot of visuals. So we're very visual creatures, whether it's video sales letters or sales decks that converts, case study presentations, social media content, website images, lead magnets, and a whole lot of other things too. But what actually blocks this is you either have to, jump in and hire a designer, or you have to go into tools like Canva or some other sort of design tool and spend time actually building your images and your designs. But you don't actually have to do that anymore now, thanks to the power of AI. And what I'm going to go through here, what you're seeing on screen is a little bit different to what you normally see, right? There's three different versions and variations of the same images. And the reason why I'm doing this is I want to show you the range, or some of the range at least, that AI has. Now, we have probably about a dozen different design profiles within Earlibird. So what you're seeing is we're seeing on the left-hand side our presentation Memphis design, then our social Memphis design, or our video Memphis design, sorry. And then on the right-hand side, our classic, I think it's either broad or presentation style as well. We have others that we call like, punch or canonical and all those different ones as well. And all in all, we have about 12 different design profiles that we use to create our social media, our images here, thumbnails, and a whole lot more as well. And so just to showcase the differences in those and how you can do the exact same design across multiple different styles, I'm just showing you the three different design profiles side by side. Now, you may or may not like them. That's perfectly fine. No trouble at all. You can actually have the AI create these in your preferred design styles and, colors for brands. And speaking of which, that's actually probably one of the most important things here as well. And because what I'm going to be covering in this video isn't just based off anecdotal information, it's actually based off research when it comes to making more money and building, I guess, increasing your revenue as a company. This brand consistent content is very, very important, as you can see here. So the studies by Lucid Press and Mark found that you'll see a 23 to 33% revenue uplift when you use consistently branded imagery and design. And of course, you can see this across three different design profiles here as well. And the other thing too is that designers, on average, to get a good designer as well, you're going to be looking at somewhere between 80 to 150 per hour. And if they're creating design like decks, that could cost you anywhere between 2 to 5K each as well. Now, that's of course according to Ibis World down here. And you can see this as well. Now, for us, I would actually argue we've never really paid anyone $80 an hour for design. We usually hire people who are offshore or very contractor specific, and they're usually a little bit cheaper than that. But you can adjust those numbers to suit you and your situation and your business as well. The other thing here too is that, if your sales team is actually building their sales decks from scratch, it can take a fair bit of time. Now, I know when I'm creating a presentation for a talk or a workshop or anything like that, it used to take me at least 18 hours or more to put these things together. Now, that is the planning, it's the content and the design of it as well. But now, again, thanks to AI here, we're putting these together a lot quicker. And just to give you the different visuals of what that looks like with the different profiles, those ones there as well. And also here, if your sales reps are spending time, so again, according to the CMO Council here, this sales reps are spending 40% of their week building presentations. That's really just revenue that they're not actually making. They're not on calls, talking to customers, doing a follow-up. They're just creating a lot of these different presentations in here as well. And the beauty of this is that what most people do is they'll straight away just go straight to like an AI tool or like some sort of AI software or system. And look, that's not enough. There's a lot of great tools out there, don't get me wrong. Things like Nano Banana, Midjourney, ChatGPT images is actually really, really good now as well, or Image Gen, and even Canva AI. Now, they're all really, really useful, and we use a lot of them, not all of them, but we use a lot of them as well. but they have a few different problems. Now, Nano Banana is probably the one that we use the most or have been using the most. And one of the biggest issues there is the images are rarely always on brand. Now, you can give the different design elements in there too, and the consistency is it's just not consistent, essentially. So it'll create some images, and you usually have to get lots of different variations before you find the images that you like. With ours, it's done in a matter of maybe 1 or 2 variations at most. And usually, they're just minor little edits that we're making as well. Now, the other thing too, so with that, you get different colors, different fonts, different styles. Nothing really feels consistent, essentially. And what ends up happening there is you can run the same prompting 2 or 3 or more times, and you just can't reproduce the same level or standard of content. And if you can't do that, it means you can't scale it, right? Because you're not able to actually, share the same resource or prompts with your team to get the same results back. But that's exactly where skills come in, because they lock in the consistency and also the style as well. And so before we go into like the use cases for your images and design, let's actually just jump in, and I'm going to show you exactly how it all works with these skills and how easy it is. Now, I'm going to actually show you the conversation I had with the AI to get these exact visuals. And then I'm going to show you some really cool side tricks you can do as well with these ones in here, which I'll get to. But this is obviously something I've prepared before this call. When it comes to creating these presentations, it usually takes between 3 to 5 minutes for the skill to run and actually create your slide decks and everything too. So just so you know, when you see the chats on screen on here as well, from me putting in the prompts to then getting the output back for the presentation, it took about 3 to 5 minutes on average per presentation here as well. So I'll jump over to Claude and I'll show you what this actually looks like. Okay, so here we are in Claude, and before we jump into this in detail, I just want to give a quick little definition of what a skill is, because I recognize not many people really know what these are. So a skill, when it comes to AI, is basically just an SOP that your AI can execute over and over and over again consistently. So what this means is you can set up your brand profile and your rules for how you want your designs to be created once. And then every time you run that skill, the outputs are going to come out the same way each and every time, regardless of whether you're using it or someone else in your team is using it. You'll get the same consistent results as well. And we can put together a more complete video of skills, of what they are and how to build them as well if you would like. We actually have a set of, I think it's now 56 or 57 different skills that we use internally, which are quite powerful. But for now, what matters most is just what they do, right? So what I'm going to show you guys here is these skills in action, and you're seeing here basically the presentation still is what we're going to be going through. And I'm going to demo another one where it's not necessarily a skill as such, it's more just the profile that we're applying to this skill, if that makes sense. So what you're seeing on screen is the process that actually is this up here is a skill, right? It's actually a set of skills I use, as you'll see down here, that helps me plan and actually essentially create these videos that you're seeing. So this is for this exact video, a bit of a sneak peek behind the scenes as well. We'll obviously just jump in here when we get to the presentation part. If we just scroll down here, all I need to say is to say, use the Earlibird presentation still to create the images for this video. And because I've got the outline of the video in this chat, it knows exactly what it needs to do. So it's gone ahead and planned out the different slides that we're going to be using in here. And then it's asked a few little things just to consider as well. And I said, yep, go for it. Let's actually get this built out and going. And so then obviously the AI went to work and did its thing. And this process here took about 3 to 5 minutes. And then we got to this part here with the first design outline. Now, what you'll notice is I've got in here that overall this looks pretty good. Now, this is just me talking to the AI, because you'll notice in here, the spacing of these slides, it sometimes isn't really exactly spaced how I'd like it to be. Now, you might be looking at this going, yep, that's perfectly fine. I just like to be a little bit more picky with it and just sort of make the spacing a little bit more close to how it actually looks. And so it's gone back and it's applied the fixes. Now, the reason why I'm showing you this here too is the beauty of this is you just talk to it like a normal person, right? So you can use voice, you can use text, and just talk for it, say, look, I don't like this, change that, and AI will actually go ahead and make those adjustments for you. And it came back and got that done. And then we've got a few more adjustments in here as well, which you can pause the screen and read what the adjustments were there. And then as we go down, I think we got to this one here. Now at this part here, when it came back, one of the actual images broke. So see how that came back there with the icon down the bottom? And I just said, yep, that one broke.
and it's gone ahead and corrected it. And what you're looking at here is actually the end of the stills. And this is the final version, which you're seeing on screen, which is actually really, really cool. And now what I'm actually asking for here is the same still, but with a different brand profile. So the Memphis brand design profile. And again, as you'll see, the still has a set of steps that it follows. All right, and it's going through and doing its thing. The first one is getting the clarification of the actual brand style. Now, what we're actually doing here is, because we just created a presentation, it's asking, what do you actually want to get done? Because maybe I want to actually just, recognize in the deck that we built off was a version of Memphis. Like I said, we have different profiles as well that we use within this. But what it is that I was looking for is just a new stylistic variation within Memphis, right? A second deck with Memphis. So I've just clarified that this is what I wanted. The still went ahead and ran, and then it came out with the first version here, and then the second version here as well. So you're looking at that one there, and then this one here, which again, you'll see when we go back to the Figma, the new design it's called Memphis, which is there. So then I went through and basically just scroll all the way down here to the bottom. Okay, so here with Classic Punch. Now, Punch is actually the wrong brand style that I wanted to go with, but it's the one that I thought of off the top of my head. And so I went ahead and built the slide deck, and I said, no, actually, that's not right. I want it to be more like the Classic brand. And I sort of explain here. So we got Stage and then Broadsheet. They're the ones. So basically, I wanted it to be more like the Stage one, the Stage style, which is our here. So we have better suited to slides, left slide, with photo of me. And I just said, just don't put a photo of me in this case. And it went ahead and created that third version, which is this one here. And that's what you're also seeing there on Figma as well. Now, what you'll notice, or what you'll notice with the chat, is originally it came back with the same icon for each and every one of these, and it wasn't a unique icon that suited. And so what I did is I just sort of told it to adjust the icons to be relevant to that slide deck. And we'll go through that. Actually, we might as well go through that now. So you'll see here, the icon up there is money, because it's related to money. A play button for video, sales and conversion, the chart going up, client delivery, hats for education, a brain, the what are they called? The lab beaker things for the labs, and then obviously the Earlibird icon for the final slide. And as we just go down here, you can see we're just chatting. We're going to put the icon there for the last slide and saving it as a brand asset there. You can see here, we're just going backwards and forwards with this, using the still that we've got with our design and brand profiles, and gone ahead and created these images. Now, of course, what I've got here is I've got the scripting coming back for the teleprompter for the cues and everything here as well, which, just out of interest, if you are interested in seeing more about how we use the stills for our presentations, like our YouTube videos, please let me know. This set will actually go ahead and research trending topics and also the performance of our previous videos and across YouTube and social media. It then helps us design our outline, the images, and then also the scripting here as well. And if you'd like to see this and more, definitely let us know. We can showcase how these work. All of these stills, though, we have packaged and accessible in a group, which I'll talk about towards the end of this video as well. So with that, let's just jump back into the Figma diagram, and I'll see you there. Okay, so now we're back over here at Figma. As you just saw, with those skills when they're running, I don't have to try to re-explain everything at once. I can just hit a slash command to run the skill, tell it what design profile to run with, and then just go back and forth with any sort of minor updates as well. I'm going to show you just the rest of the slides or the images that it's created. But one thing to note before I do this is the fact that this has actually created these as a PowerPoint presentation. And this is really valuable because what we can actually do is we can actually load these up into Google Slides is what we use, or you could use PowerPoint or Keynote if that's your preference. And everything in here is editable and adjustable because it's saved as a PowerPoint and not as an image. So we can actually jump in and change and modify anything that we wanted to within these systems, right? Which again is really, really wonderful because let's just say, for example, it creates the slide and there's one little thing you want to tweak or adjust, no problem, open up in PowerPoint and make those adjustments yourself. So now you're sort of seeing the outputs of each of those three here. Where does this actually fit into, our business and our work? So obviously we can use this for creating content and also video. And we use this for our, obviously our YouTube videos, as you know, we use it across our social media, LinkedIn carousels, even our hero images for our blog posts and everything as well. Again, just off the different visual style, you can just see that there. We also use this across
our sales and conversions. So we do a variety of different like sales VSLs, we do pitch decks or presentation slides and proposals. We obviously use the AI skills to create these for us really, really easily. Now, it used to take a long time to create even just a video sales letter or a slide deck for a presentation. And boy, oh boy, now it saves us so much time, right? It's a matter of minutes now, not hours. We also use this for client delivery as well. So we actually have a really cool case study skill that actually goes ahead and creates lots of different imagery and also PDFs and everything around results and case studies, and also our presentations and our lead magnets as well. And again, I don't know what your preference is for these designs, but my preference personally is the middle slide here, or the middle one, as you can see here. And on this as well, like you will notice that this is what we use in every single Figma, every single video that we do using Figma as well. And you can also use these skills for your own internal use and training. So if you want to put together training presentations or SOPs or slides for courses, webinar decks, you can obviously do all of this and a lot more when it comes to your internal resources. And again, where it used to take hours, if not days, to put these things together, now you can get it done in a matter of minutes. And if you want to use this in your business, we've really got a couple of different pathways for you. So the first one is that we actually gave away the presentation skill as a bonus for our AI brain skill, which we gave away, I think last week at the time of recording this video. It was actually a bonus when you grab the AI brain. So if you want that specific skill with the AI brain, now just so you know, the brain skill creates the AI brain documents, and it includes, I think, 6 or 7 training videos showing exactly how to use it as well. So if you do want the brain and the presentation skill as a bonus, then just make sure you go to this URL, so earlibird.ai/AI brain or AI-brain-skill. And the other thing too is, if you want the skill, like this skill plus 50 others or 56 others now, and also with the support, we've just actually opened up Earlibird Labs, which is for business owners, it's for individuals, and anyone who wants to use AI to really make more money, save more time, and make things a lot easier as well. Now, just to be really clear, this is not for you to, if you're interested in starting up an AI agency, this is not for you. We're not trying to, teach people how to, sell businesses on how to do AI stuff. It's literally how to use AI for real work for, individuals and also team members. So what you actually get in here is you get this skill that we're showing on the screen, plus over 50 others. It's like 56 others right now. Every single week, we're adding in new different skills as well. Plus you get weekly calls directly with myself and the team, where you can jump on and ask any sort of question you have around using AI for work or your business as well. And we also have a lot of other different programs in there that we're adding to Claude foundations, ChatGPT foundations, Gemini foundations, and a lot more. And all of that is within Earlibird Labs. And if you are interested in joining Earlibird Labs, then all you need to do is go to this URL you're seeing on screen. So linked.earlibird.ai/labs. I'll also make sure we include a link below this video or somewhere around this video, so at least you can see that there as well. And as you can see, this is the final slide or the final images that was created from the skill that we had put together there as well. And you've got that there nice and simply. And so, like I said, so Earlibird Labs is really just for business owners and their teams and people who are looking to use AI to, in their existing work, to make more money, to save their time, save on costs, and more importantly, make things a lot easier. As mentioned, this is not for agency bros. Like, this is not what, for that. And it's also not for people who are just chasing, tips on ChatGPT. It's for real operators and people doing real work using AI. So if that sounds like you and you want to get this and a whole lot of other different skills and video and direct access to myself and the team to ask questions, then I'm looking forward to seeing you in Earlibird Labs. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.